Hello, and welcome to Meet the Author. Today, my guest is Elizabeth Dudak, who wrote the lovely book, What the Heck Dec. And Elizabeth is going to tell us more about this story that she wrote, and she's going to do some reading, right, Liz?
I will read some if you'd like me to, sure.
All right. So, Elizabeth, tell us what inspired you to write this book.
Well, first of all, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure
You're
getting
welcome.
to know you beforehand, and I'm very honored to be here. So thank you for that. The book was a 5-year adventure. There's something called nano writing, and I don't know if you're familiar.
Yes, I do.
Yes,
I am.
it's for those not familiar. It's in November, and it's a national organization, and the goal is to write 50,000 words in 1 month. And you're not supposed to edit yourself, you're just supposed to kind of spew the words. And so I did that, and that was the basis. It was kind of the skeleton behind all this. The characters' names were a little bit different, and the story was a little different, but the setting was the same. It was in a school, and some of the love story part of it is. And so I just took that book, and I expounded on it, and edited and re-edited. And about 5 years later, I had What the Heck Dec. And
Okay.
that's how it all came about. And
Wow. You're the
Yeah.
first person that I've met that started with that process. With
Oh,
that
really?
November nano
You know, my
writing.
husband told me about it, and it just seemed like such a cool concept. And to write and not edit yourself is really, really difficult for
It
me.
is, yes.
So
But I
it
think
was
for
a great
everybody.
basis. You think for everyone, yeah. So I'm constantly self-editing, but if you do that too much, you never get a story out. So this is a good way. It was a good start. I did it for 5 years in a row.
Okay.
Not the same story, but
Okay. So you have different stories. You
I
have four
do.
other stories started.
3 others. Yes, I
others.
actually do.
Oh,
So I'm going to have to kind of tweak those a little bit, but yeah, they're all there, and it all came out of the nano writing. It's a great experiment
Wonderful.
for anybody who's into writing.
Now, had you written before?
I had some magazine articles published. I have a couple poems published, and I used to write a column for our local newspaper in Warrenville, Illinois.
Okay.
So yeah, I did that for different newspapers for about 5 years. So.
So did you go to school for journalism or anything?
Actually, no, I have a political science degree. Go
okay,
figure.
okay.
My
So you
father.
can write, there's a lot of advertisements and speeches and everything
There are,
that can be
because
written
it's-
for that.
Yeah, it's a liberal arts and science degree, so there's a lot of writing there. And I grew up, though. My father was an English teacher. My mom was a notorious bookworm, and so I had the love of books from them. And my father's was a great writer, and I have some siblings that write, and it's sort of in our blood. It's
Okay.
there's sometimes musicians hand those skills down. I think writing skills were handed down from that.
And you saw that.
I did, and
growing up.
I wrote early. I probably started in like 7th grade, and
Okay.
I wrote all through high school about my teenage angst, and that was my way to escape all of it.
Probably
So
kept a journal too.
I did for a long time, and you know what? I don't
Back
know what
then
to do
we
with
called
it.
it a diary.
Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
we did. Yes, we did.
Oh, we have a phone call.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if it's us. Hello, meet the author.
Hi. Calling for this question for the author.
Okay. Yeah, we have Elizabeth here.
Hello.
Hello.
What's your question?
What other authors inspire you?
Oh,
Oh,
good.
that-
Great question.
That's a very good question. Thank you for that. I'm a very big Laurie Foster fan. I don't know. She's a romance novelist, and I've been her and Nora Roberts fan for a very long time. In high school, I actually liked Tolstoy. War and Peace is probably one of my favorite books of all time. And but I mean, as far as my genre is concerned, I think it's more of Laurie Foster, Janet Ivanovich, somewhat, and Nora Roberts.
Okay. Do you
Thank
have
you.
any other question?
Hello.
Well, I guess I had one other one. Is that what motivated you to start writing? I guess.
It's just always been my escape, my Zen moment, and during stressful times, it's a way for escape, and it grew out of a passion I had for a long time.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Thank you for calling. Okay. Nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
Mm-hmm.
So this all sprang out of NaNoWriting, and it's a great way to write if you're a writer and to get some ideas out and not edit yourself.
So I know you said one of your parents, your father is a teacher?
My father was a teacher. He is deceased now. He taught English literature, actually, for over 35 years.
Okay.
And he also taught in the college level as well.
Oh,
So
okay.
we were introduced to the classics very early. And even when he was going for his master's degree, one of his courses was to read classics, and he'd give it to us kids after he was done and say, oh, you really need to, like Mr. Popper Penguin and all of those. So,
Oh, we have another phone call. Okay. Hello, meet the author.
Hi, my name's Therese. I have a question for Elizabeth.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi.
Okay, my question is, your main character, Marty, she's
Yes.
such an interesting character, I think. She's very quirky and funny and very real. My favorite part of the whole book, and where I think Marty's fantastic humor really shines through, is the chapter with all those fish puns in it. I was laughing so hard, and it just kept going when I thought the puns would stop, which made it even funnier. And my question is, how did you come up with such a funny scene?
Oh, well, thank you for asking. And actually, that's one of the scenes I was going to read later on.
Okay, great.
I actually have a friend, and we were going back and forth on Facebook with a bunch of fish puns. And so I kind of took that and expounded on it. And I thought it was really funny when I wrote it. And I'm glad to hear that some readers thought it was funny as well. So thank you for that. But yeah, that was my inspiration. That's what a lot happens in my book is I take little things and either exaggerate them or expound on them.
Oh, okay.
But thank you
That
for
was
that.
absolutely hilarious. I loved it so much. Marty's is such a funny character. The whole book is funny.
Oh, thank you, Therese. That was very kind of you.
Okay, well, thank
Okay.
you.
You're welcome.
All
Thanks
right.
for calling.
Thank you.
Of course, bye.
Bye.
Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful.
So, yeah. And that is one of my favorite scenes. So I'm glad that someone else had enjoyed it as well.
That makes you feel good.
It does. It really does. I'm glad when people say that the book made them laugh because, we have too many serious things in life.
Yeah,
So
we need laughter.
we absolutely do.
And it's healing.
Yes, it is.
And so is writing.
For me, it is. For me, it is. I know a lot of people struggle with writing or they don't understand, but for me, when I did this book, I was also working full time and I had 2 kids.
Okay.
So I would get up at 4:30 in the morning and write on my lunch, and on weekends I'd lock myself in my room and write. And for me, that was a great escape. I loved getting up when nobody else was up, and it was just a great way to start my day. And if I didn't do it, there was something missing in my day. So
I used to love to do that too. When
Did
my
you?
kids were growing up.
it's just
And I'd get up, and then sometime they'd wake up, and I'd say, "What are you doing up?"
because the time goes. I know the time goes so fast. Yeah, yeah, I understand that
Go
because the
back to
time goes
sleep.
so. I know, and you keep.
I
Going,
mean,
"Oh,
but the
no."
house is so quiet, and you can just think and reflect and everything.
And to me, the morning is more like offers more of that than the evening because it's just the whole world's waking up with you, and it's just such a cool
Yeah.
feeling.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Okay, so do you want to start reading something? And then
If
we
you'd
can
like.
discuss?
I can read what that caller was talking
That would
about.
be good.
Okay, why don't I do that? I have it earmarked. This scene takes place when he's Declan, the main character, is calling Marty, the other main character, back on New Year's Eve. True to his word, he called back in exactly 5 minutes. I opened the bottle of champagne I bought to toast with Ryan Seacrest, and I barely poured myself a drink when the phone rang. I walked to the phone slowly, unsure if I really should answer it. It felt like I was cheating. But on whom? I wasn't dating anyone. Sure, there was Brooke, but we were just talking, not groping, like at the Christmas party. When it rang for the 5th time, I jumped on it before the answer machine could kick in. I almost thought you fell asleep. No, just pouring myself some champagne, I said, and going rounds with my conscience, I thought. Champagne, huh? I actually opened a beer. Just like a real... I was going to say date, but this time I did run it through my head and thought better of it. Just like a real date? Sure. Declan let out a snort. So, Marty, what are you doing this New Year's Eve? Watching a Cary Grant marathon with Honey? Honey? My temperamental cat. Honey looked over at me with contempt. A cat, huh? Yeah, she was once a stray. She was hanging out in the front of my apartment for days. She looked pathetic, so I took her in and gave her some milk, and she's never left. You have a cat named Honey, you like to drink champagne, and spend New Year's Eve alone. I actually do like to spend time by myself, and that's why I said it. No, really, I had offers, but I just wanted to chill. I know you do, and I'm glad you did, because I don't know if I could stand the thought of you ringing in the new year with another man. My womb screamed at his words. I didn't know if he was laying it on thick or telling me the truth. I remembered Christmas Eve and his words about Brooke. Dec, so tell me something else about you, something I may not already know. I really think, don't think, Marty. Let's just have this conversation, have fun. He was pleading, and I heard some emotion in his pleas. Okay, I love fish. Boring, but okay. I like the weird kind of fish, like anchovies and sardines. Well, that smelts. I laughed out loud. Holy mackerel, that was bad. You need to exercise your pun muscles more. Not tonight. I'm feeling a bit clammy. Oh, cut the carp, Reed. Don't leave me floundering. Canarsie, I'm not going to take the bait. Am I hearing you right? You're backing down? I'm sharked. Listen, chum, I'll fin-ish when I fin-ish. Forget it. I'm tuna you out. And I was just school. We just let out our pent-up laughter. Very good, Miss Konarski. Well played. So that was what the caller was talking about.
So he liked fish, anchovies.
She liked fish, yeah.
She liked fish.
Yeah, it was just kind of a character quirk that, you know. And later on, she spills a sardine on her blouse. There's kind of a running theme with the whole fish.
No.
Just to put some humor in it.
You need humor.
Yes, you do. Yes.
Well, as I was looking through your book, I was impressed with several things
Oh, thank you.
of your writing style. I think you write fresh sentences.
Oh,
And on the first page, you say something about it is considered the Beverly Hills of Illinois, only with churches.
yes.
Yes, I thought that was really fresh,
Oh,
different way.
thank you.
The Beverly Hills of Illinois. And I said here that it's powerful. It's
Oh,
a
thank you.
powerful lead-in.
Yeah, and the place is talking about Notia, where the book takes place, and it's kind of there are a lot of people there that are very much into the churches and stuff, but they don't act according to that. So,
Oh.
yeah,
This is kind of like Milwaukee. When I first came here, I always said there's a church on every corner
Right.
and a bar too. So
Yeah.
you can choose whether you want to go to heaven or hell.
there you go. There you go.